morning. Today I'm going to show you a great way of using up your stash of DSP by making a card using your DSP. So we're still on the theme of the Hydrangea Hill suite, or the Hydrangea Haven suite, and this is a card that I made to start off. Now we're going to use one slightly differently, but I wanted to show you how I stamped the insert with the stamps. I went for the, what do you call this one? Highland Head, but this is the one that we're actually doing today. So straight edged corners, and just with the DSP on one side. So shall we get started? Okay, just leave that to one side. So first of all, the base card, or DSP, is 6 inches by 10 inches, and you score this at 3 inches and 7.5 inches. And that's basically it. You want to have your card folded and creased with a bone folder to make it nice and sharp. Okay, like so. And then we have a white insert that goes inside it, and it measures 4 1/4 inches by 5 3/4 inches. Now it's entirely up to you. If at this point you want to use your corner rounder punch, I have mine to hand here, but I'm not going to use it today. So if you want to do that, then you're very welcome to. The one thing I will say, as always, when you are stamping on your insert, do it before you actually stick it onto your base card, just in case you make a mistake, because you don't want to ruin the whole of your card by doing that. So the next thing that we're going to do is bring in the card, which allows this, by adding your insert and by adding the card onto this side, it gives your card a bit of stability. So my Misty Moonlight card is 6 inches by 2 5/8. I just leave that there, and you can take a note of that if you wish. And I'm just going to put some glue around the edge of this on the DSP side, because your card is wider than your DSP. So I'm just going to measure it, line it up with the card on this side, make sure that it's on straight, edge to edge, and then I'm going to bring this over, and that way you don't have any problems with your fold line. Sometimes if you're sticking it straight onto this side, you can be over your crease line a little bit, and then it won't fold properly. So I would advise and recommend that you do it the way that I have just done it. So, and then when that closes, this defines it, you see. So that there sort of gives it an edge as a card, like that. Okay. So, white insert can go in there. So you got your measurements for the Misty Moonlight card, for the card base itself, and then the Whisper White card, which goes on the inside like that. So it is really quite simple. So the next thing what we're going to do is the belly band. So the belly band only comes to the edge of the back of the card, and my measurements for the belly band are, so the belly band is 1 1/8, and it's the full length of an A4 card. So I just went up the side of the A4 card and cut it off. And then the DSP, which I'm going to actually use that side of it, is 1 inch, and I've just cut a length off it. We will actually be trimming the edge of it. If you can see that I've made a little banner edge here at the side of it. So it doesn't matter what length it is. So again, add some glue. I take this off. Okay, so that's the belly band, and I'm just going to put some glue on my DSP like so. There we go. And so it just gives it a little bit of an edge to that. So what I would recommend you do when you do this is you take, now if you want to, first of all you can trim the excess DSP off the corner off the end of that, which makes it a little bit easier whenever you're going to do the banner's edge of it. So here we go. So what I'm going to do is use my grid to make sure that I have it nice and straight, so along here and down here, and then I'm going to take my, now you, if you want to, you can actually fold or measure so that it's halfway. I'm just going to eyeball it and go for it that way. So I'm using my grid to make sure everything's nice and straight, and I'm going to put some glue on to there. So if you just flip it over, I'm not really one for measuring an awful lot. I do like things to be exactly and precise, but so here we go, and I'm just going to put it along the back end of that like so. Okay, and then you see it just goes to the very edge, and then just fold it with your fingers and give it a little crease like so, and that is it. So by doing that, then you can actually trim where you want this to be, and I'm just going to take it in slightly like that, and then I'm just going to cut up a little bit and to cut into the center from that corner and cut in from this to the center with that one, and that's what gives me my banner. Okay, everybody happy enough with that? So then I'm just going to decorate the front of it, and I've used the Stitch So Sweetly dies. I've used the Misty Moonlight as my base for this one. So I'm just going to put a bit of glue across the center, and there we go, put it into the center like that. And if you want to, I did stamp a little for you in the corner, so I think I will do that. And then you can arrange your, oh, I'm doing this with love in this one. So I'm just going to stamp it with Misty Moonlight, and that's not even straight, but anyway, we'll go with it. It always happens when you're on camera. Add a little bit of glue to the bag and layer it up. These Stitch So Sweetly dies are absolutely beautiful, and they come with the stitched scalloped rectangles as well, which I use quite a bit. So I'm going to put my leaf on first like that. Okay, and then add the flower with a dimension should I say, and give it a little bit of depth. So if I put the first one there, so I put the dimensionals on to my base, and I'm going to bring it down so that it's hiding the glue dot that I have used for my leaf, and do it like that. Now, I might actually go over and bring it over a little bit and hide my wonky stamping, which is what we crafters always do if we make a mistake. There's no such thing as a crafty mistake. So that's your card. Now, how long am I? I'm at, it's only 10 minutes it's taken me to do that. So that just shows you how quickly it can be put together. So I want to show you now the envelope. So this is the last project in this Hyacinth series, and this is the envelope that goes with the card, and again it's using the DSP. So my envelope measures 11 inches by 6 3/4, and I'm going to score that measurement along the 11-inch side at 3 inches and 7 3/4. So I'm just going to do that on camera. So here we go, 11 inches. Go to 11 inches. Okay, and by 6 3/4. There we go. And then we'll score at 3. You can just about see what I'm doing. It's very difficult to work with large pieces of paper and keep it on camera. But anyway, score it at 3 and 7 3/4. Okay. I'll just put that out of the way and give this a fold. So, it doesn't matter which way is top or bottom. Maybe go this way because my flowers. That's one thing I was going to say to you about the card itself. When you're choosing DSP for the card, if you make sure when you're cutting it that your pattern is running the right direction. I chose this one because it's fairly nondescript, and that might be an idea for you to do as well. So that it doesn't matter whether my pattern is upside down or running diagonally or vertically or whatever. So if you use, if you're unsure and you're a bit nervous, pick a pattern that really doesn't matter if you get it wrong whenever you're making it. Because as you see in this envelope, my little bunches of flowers are running this way. So that's why I've decided to use, run my DSP. Just get some tape, and this is it's narrow enough that it won't make a difference to the card going inside. It allows a little bit extra. Okay, and then seal it down. Now again, if you want to use a corner rounder punch, you can do for these edges here, but because I haven't done it for my card, I'm not going to do it for the envelope, but you can do, and now's the time to do it if you're going to do it. And then for the belly band, my card is 1 3/4 by 10 3/4. Okay, and the DSP, which I'm going to cut now, is just 1 5/8, so it's just a slither. 1 5/8. Here we go. Okay. Now, again, it's a little bit longer, but as I said before, you can trim this. So I'm just going to put some. So the belly band, the card is 1 3/4 by 10 3/4. And the DSP, if you just want to take a screenshot, or if you want to take Now, I think you can get away with it being 10 inches. If it's a little bit shorter, it doesn't matter because you're going to cut it off anyway. Maybe I was just being a bit generous with this. So I'm just going to add the glue to my DSP. Okay. And stick it edge to edge, but making sure that the sides are even the whole way down. Okay. Now, what I will recommend you do for your envelope is take the banner, or take your belly band, sorry, take your belly band to the edge of your flap, okay? And take a bone folder. Now, if you want to use your grid again to make sure everything's nice and straight, give it a good crease along the edge where the envelope is. And that allows you to crease it round nicely, okay? And fold it so that it's round the back. And just give it a little crease here as well. Now, if you want to make sure that your envelope isn't going to be too tight, you can insert your card into your envelope, because the last thing you want is your card being too bulky and your belly band being too tight and you not being able to get your belly band on and off. So as you can see, it overlaps quite nicely. I'm just going to put a bit of tape along this side here. You can trim the paper or excess paper off if you want. It doesn't matter, because you're going to be using the same decoration to the belly band that you had before in the card, just to make it all nice and matching. So there we go. And I can slide this on and off. Okay, so then the last thing you want to do is just again put a little bit of tape on where your seam is, and I've added this all together, and I'm just going to put that in the center, and that's the envelope. So that's your DSP project. We're using the the Hydrangea Hill suite. I hope you like. The pearls are in the coordinating suite, and everything is just the colours are just beautiful. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed the projects. I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.